As I mentioned, I am the territory business manager for Bolide. Who Bolide is, who we are. Bolide has been around since 1993. Bolide is a manufacturer specializing in surveillance equipment. We started from humble beginnings in Southern California, in the US, making covert cameras for law enforcement and for private investigators. Over the years, we grew into an international video surveillance provider focused mainly on advanced video solutions. We offer various solutions such as high definition analog solutions, mobile video recording, as most of you would know for us, positioning and alarm systems, retail and home lines, as well as cutting edge technology solutions like the IP line with artificial intelligence. We also provide all of the most common accessories such as connectors, NEMA enclosures, cables, all of the accessories and peripherals that you would need to make your surveillance solution successful. So please bear that in mind. Who we are. With over 30 years in the business, we've come to be known as big enough to handle any size project, but still small enough to provide personalized, tailored support to our partners and attention. Customer support, free of cost project design, build of materials is one of the things that we are known for. There's no cost for project design. As I mentioned, there's no cost for build of materials. Solution certifications for our partners and end users, along with implementation support and on-time tech support. Is some of the things that we are known for. Because we are a privately held company, we're able to deliver the newest state of the art technology in the market. We're also known as a company that doesn't charge for licensing for most of the surveillance providers that you know in the industry, especially the bigger names out there, especially when you're speaking about surveillance analytics and advanced analytics. There are some channel licensing that come with these types of solutions, and with us, these things are free. So no software licensing. We're also known for the company that has the state-of-the-art technology, as I mentioned, and we back this with a 3 to 5 year warranty for our products, ensuring that it is product quality and innovation. We are confident in our product, and we back this, as I mentioned, with that 3 to 5 year warranty. Certifications are also available year round. Trainings and webinars, these are extended to our partners, but also by extension to our customers and end users to ensure that they and their teams are also certified on our products. All of our cameras and solutions are NDAA and TAA compliant, which means they're not manufactured in China, or any of our components are not sourced from China. We are also ISO 9001 certified, GSA contract. This is a government service contracts that we have. We have quite a few of them. We're also military standard 810G on our body cams and our mobile surveillance solutions, and our OnViv compatibility to integrate with many of the different VMSs and products in the industry. To add to who we are, highlighting the key advantages of working with us, marketing and event support. This is big for us. This is personally done through me and our marketing team. Because I am the territory manager for the Caribbean, I am responsible for interfacing with the entire Caribbean and the extension through our partners. And what we do is make sure that we can host events similar to these webinars, training sessions, marketing support, where we come out to the specific islands or the specific territories, and we actually partner hand in hand with our partners to ensure that we can bring our solutions to the public and ensure that our industry standards are upheld. OnViv profiles and many of the other well-known protocols are available with us. Excellent product value. We are competitive, inexpensive, but not the cheapest. We don't sacrifice quality over price. We already have a few companies saturating the market on price. So our competitive strategy focuses mainly on the value of our solution as a whole, which makes us inexpensive when you look at the bottom figure. Cybersecurity is important to us, and the reason why we are both NDAA and TAA compliant. Local dedicated support for the Caribbean. So even though we're partnered with Full Protection, you still have the ability to have tailored and dedicated technical support from our team. As we spoke earlier about the license-free solutions that we were able to resell to our customers and partners, the key software features and onboard analytics on our system. Currently, we have up to 15 license-free onboard analytics. On the screen, we see some of the most used today: facial detection for intelligent motion and people counting, but facial recognition, where we can create a loud list like whitelist or blacklist for access control. people and vehicle detection, along with attributes for smart search. These are some of the big ones. LPR search, smart search for vehicles, vehicle type, the ability to create, again, a load list, white list, and black list for access control based on license plates. Perimeter entrance, along with counting, lane crossing, cross counting, with all the data that is stored as metadata, you can export as graphs and Excel documents from our systems. So our flagship line of cameras is called IPAC. The question is, what is IPAC? IPAC stands for IP Analog Camera. The Bolide series IPAC is a groundbreaking line all-in-one camera designed specifically for surveillance for both you, the systems integrator, and users. First introduced nearly 15 years ago as a hybrid solution, the IP analog camera. It helped the industry to transition from coax to IP technology without the need to rip and replace your entire infrastructure. Today, iPad combines advanced features like edge recording, alarm in, alarm out, audio in, audio out, IO inputs, motorized lenses, fisheye thermal views, and AI deep learning on the edge. It's a versatile solution that reduces complexity while delivering exceptional performance for a wide range of applications for the enterprise to commercial use. We also have residential lines that I will get into shortly as well. But the IPAC series is more than a product. It is answering the to simplify integration while meeting the evolution demands of modern surveillance. And I know many of you, especially in the surveillance industry, there's still quite a few customers out there that have analog cameras or analog solutions, and it is a headache to try to transition from analog cabling or analog infrastructure over to IP. So this iPad line specifically addresses that issue and making sure that there's a future-proof path to upgrading your customers or your internal surveillance solution without having the need to rip and replace your entire infrastructure. Also to note, our interoperability of Profile S, G, T, and just lately we introduced Profile M, which stands for metadata. All of our solutions have the ability to inter-integrate with many of the different VMSs and different surveillance solutions out there on the market today. So you can rest assured that with our solution, you can actually cross-integrate with other brands. Quickly, we're going to jump into some of the models, the base models, and also some new models that we have available in our hardware inventory. Our entire iPac line series line is actually NDAA compliant. And many of you know, especially in the Caribbean and in and around the US and Latin America, there is a big need right now for NDAA compliant cameras. Our entire iPac series line is NDAA compliant. And for those that need the TAA compliance, we are also compliant on that end as well. No Chinese components or factories were used to manufacture our cameras. TAA compliant cameras are not made in China, and TAA compliant cameras are those that are manufactured and designed in countries such as South Korea, Taiwan, US, and adheres to the TAA standards. This compliance is crucial for government and federal projects as they often require TAA products to ensure procurement integrity. Some of the key hardware features on our iPac line, it ranges from anywhere from 5 megapixel all the way up to 12 megapixels. We have audio in and audio out on the cameras. So for those that need that two-way audio, most times you just need to connect a mic, or we do have the options that have the onboard two-way audio on the cameras as well. PoE and 12-volt power, micro SD slots that gives you the ability to connect an SD card up to 1 terabyte on the camera itself for edge recording. This ensures that there's a path for redundancy in the event that you lose connectivity to your NVRs or you lose connectivity to your network. Having that SD card installed into the camera ensures that the camera itself can record on itself. But also with us, it's a second use case for this SD card as our database. It houses for the license plate recognition, the facial recognition. So in the event that you lose connectivity to your main storage server, the camera itself still records based on your configuration parameters. You can get up to 30 days on your camera itself without the need for an NVR or DVR. Traditionally, and I know most of you know, back in the day, the MVRs and DVRs, they traditionally came with the 1 terabyte hard drive on board of the MVR. Now today, with the advancements in technology, we have the ability to have up to 1 terabyte on the camera itself. So this is a new advancement for us, and it ensures that for projects that don't require a big complexity, a big number of cameras, if you just need 1 or 2 cameras, you have the ability to record just on the camera and eliminate the need for an MVR. Motorized lenses, long range detection is also available. Day and night functionality with AR, but in some, we also have white light and also some active deterrent with strobe lights as well. Some of the fixed megapixel cameras that we have. Know that we have some of the main hardware specs and software specs on the iPac models. We're going to walk you through some additional models that we do have. Fixed bullets, fixed domes, fixed turrets. We do have them in black or white. It just depends on your installation requirements. Short range and long range IRs and lenses. Please note that all the fixed cameras don't have SD card slots. However, based on limited space on the camera itself, if you do need a model that doesn't support the SD card, we can definitely give you a recommendation for the models that do support it, or we can simply upgrade straight to a varifocal model. These are the varifocal models, and it's very common, and most common and a standard for us on the varifocal models is that we have a long range lenses, 2.7 to 13.5 millimeter lenses, varifocal lenses, IP67 rated, so it's outdoor rated. We have IRs up to 135 feet that allow you to see with limited visibility or limited light. These also have the SD card slot that I mentioned. There are a host of analytics that are available, but the key ones that we can see here are the license plate recognition, facial recognition, perimeter intrusion, line crossing, and many more. These analytics are actually built on the edge of the camera, and they're not dependent on having an NVR. Some of the AI functionality does require you to have the processing power of an NVR, but in many cases, most of these analytics run straight out of the box from our cameras. And again, these cameras and these analytics that are extended to you are license free. Another one for the financial industry. This is very popular in the financial vertical. Is our ATM kiosk camera. It's a 5 megapixel. It has onboard facial recognition. As many of you know, and back in the day, the ATM cameras that came in the ATMs didn't have this functionality. Now we can leverage AI in the ATM to understand user behavior, understand the users that are coming to the ATMs, especially for the banking industry. Vandalism is a big thing for the ATMs, and understanding these perpetrators when they come into the vicinity of the ATM, capturing faces and understanding that you can broadcast these faces with our solution across multiple sites. So in the event that you have vandalism in one of your ATMs, across your entire site, we can broadcast that image to multiple locations and alert security personnel in each of the branches to look out for this person. Again, the ability to use whitelist, blacklist, and then have these alerts pushed directly to you in the event of any issues. This also has true wide dynamic range. And what this does, as you know, many ATMs are actually facing the door, and the sunlight and the glare actually limits the visibility of the face when it's in front of the ATM. So we've incorporated wide dynamic range into this unit to ensure that we have accurate visibility of the suspects whenever they approach an ATM. These are also good for kiosks, especially in like malls, supermarkets. Because of that facial recognition AI functionality, then you can do things like understanding demographics, especially in the malls, understanding the type of foot traffic that is traversing your mall, and that way the different malls stores are able to tailor sales based on the foot traffic that's coming into the mall. Things like Father's Day, Mother's Day, traditional holidays, and special occasions, they can tailor these sales based on the demographics that are actually traversing into the malls. What's new for us? It's a new one with this our 4G solar camera. fully autonomous solar camera with 4G connectivity. It's ideal for remote locations without remote network infrastructure. As many of you know, there are a number of solar farms, there are a number of medicinal farms out there in remote sites that have the inability to erect surveillance infrastructure. There's no cabling, there's no power, there's no network connectivity. So what we've done is manufacture this camera for those specific use cases. For any site that needs to have a fully remote solution, this is a very good solar camera for those instances. It has a micro SD slot supporting the 4G connectivity, equipped with a solar panel, two rechargeable batteries, 5 megapixel starlight sensor, and a motorized 5.5 to 50 millimeter lens. It delivers 24/7 color imaging, even in low light environments. Designed for continuous outdoor monitoring, it supports two-way audio, light and sound alarms, real-time video streaming over cellular networks, and it also has the ability to connect back to an NVR in those specific use cases. It's NDAA compliant as well, ONVIF compliant, and we do have the ability to interconnect this to any other surveillance VMS as well. The mounting bracket is actually included with the solution. This full infrastructure that you see here, this full mechanism, the solar panel plus the bracket, the mounting bracket, and the camera is the full solution straight out of the box that will be readily available for you. We also have thermal cameras, and these thermal cameras actually detect extreme heat. Thermal cameras ideally aid in the prevention of loss, from kitchens to monitoring expensive machinery to solar farms. As I mentioned previously with the solar camera, we have deployed these cameras in critical time sensitive environments where a couple of minutes can save $1 million, $1 million with your facility, and ensuring that you have a future-proof way of getting notifications on the go as they occur when incidents happen. When over the temperature, fire or smoke is detected, the camera will sound an alarm and it will send a notification to the user list that has been created for it. And these notifications go straight to that person. And this ensures that there is a way for people and personnel on site, off site, to understand that there is an issue in an area that needs their full attention. It is also available in a bullet, and it has some analytical features on board the camera as well. Sorry, face detection, heat mapping, understanding the hotspots in the kitchen, understanding the hotspots in that particular area. That heat mapping will come in handy. It has two lenses. One is the thermal lens, and one is an optical lens. So the thermal view gives you that heat mapping view where you can see the hotspots, you can see the temperatures rising, and then that optical view allows you to still see in full color mode, where you can see or detect suspects. Two-way audio is built into this camera. It has a built-in mic and speaker, so you can interface with the people in the area using a microphone and talking through the camera. They can hear you, you can hear them, and in the event of emergency, you can actually announce in that area that they need to vacate the particular area. It also has an onboard HDMI output for live viewing, so you can connect this camera directly to a screen and you can monitor the temperatures within your kitchen or within the space directly from the camera to a monitor without the need for an NVR. Also available are our full color cameras, full color at night. As you guys know, when you're doing investigations, most times when you're doing an investigation at night, because the cameras have that traditional IR camera visibility, then you're seeing this investigation in black and white, or the recorded footage in black and white. With a full color camera, you have the ability to now use or leverage the color in the scene as you would in the day. Similarly, you would have this availability in the night. We specialize in options in our catalog, such as the iPac full camera, which gives you the features we talked about in the previous slides with all of the cameras that we have, or the basic hardware features that we have on board of our cameras. Also available is the zero red cameras, which allows you to eliminate that red LED that is on the camera when it's recording. Sometimes this could be a deterrent, and we don't want in some scenarios where the person is aware that they're being recorded. So we do have cameras that eliminate that red light, and they are the zero red cameras. Also available are panoramic cameras, APAC specific cameras or specialty cameras that we have that are single lens 180-degree panoramic cameras. Whether bullet, dome, fisheye, we have a solution that maximizes coverage using a single lens. Along with all the features and benefits that we previously saw in the other slides, the AI bullet and the dome also get the additional features such as active deterrent. So you would see here on this bullet that it has two red LEDs, a red and a blue LED. These are the active deterrent lights, and these are activated based on the AI configurations that you would have configured, or the AI parameters that you've configured. Once these events are triggered, the camera not only sounds, gives an audible sound, but it also flashes red and blue to let the intruder or the perpetrator understand that they are violating a particular area where they're not supposed to be. Two-way audio is two-way audio is also built into these cameras, so you can talk back and forth with people in the area of the camera. SD slots for edge recording is also available. And these have become a customer favorite for the value and the coverage that they have in a single camera, having the ability to have 180 degrees in a 4K camera eliminates the need for multiple cameras, especially based on the image scenery that you're trying to achieve. At the corner of a building, in a hallway, the ability to have that full 180-degree visibility eliminates the need to have multiple cameras. And again, this cuts the cost on your projects and ensures that you can eliminate, again, your infrastructure needs. It is IP67 rated, a 2 millimeter panoramic lens. Also, the active deterrent lights that I mentioned, and the IRs go up to 98 feet. These are also NDAA and TAA compliant and OVIV compliant. Also on the panoramic cameras, we do have the 4K PTZ. This is a new one for us. This also incorporates the active deterrent lights, these red and blue lights that I mentioned before. But what is special about this PTZ, we've engineered for commercial use or surveillance projects that demand performance, durability, and advanced intelligence. With one of the most powerful zoom capabilities in the industry, featuring a 3.7x optical zoom. It delivers a suite of clear, detailed event at extreme long distances. This rugged NDAA compliant camera includes warm lights for full color night vision. As we mentioned with the full color camera just now, the ability to see at night in full color. So this PTZ incorporates that. And then it has a built-in mic for audio recording. This way it has two-way audio on board of the PTZ. It also offers a suite of free license-free analytics such as facial recognition, human and vehicle detection, license plate recognition, sound detection, and more. With AI smart tracking, hundreds of presets and tours, and easy PoE installation. We also have PTZ models in 2 megapixel, 5 megapixel, and 4 megapixel as required. But what I wanted to highlight also with this camera, especially when we're doing traffic surveillance at traffic lights or smart city projects, the ability to do auto tracking, but also incorporating facial recognition and license plate recognition gives you that added feature or added suite of AI functionality to you. Understanding that when you're doing traffic surveillance, capturing these license plates, holding the plates in a database, and then ensuring that you can leverage that plate or that data for future use, especially when you're trying to there's an incident, you don't know what the vehicle type of vehicle, the license plate, the driver of the vehicle. These are all accessible now to you with these types of solutions. So it's not just a basic PTZ, it's a PTZ back with a pack with a suite of analytics features. Another panoramic camera for us is a dual lens panoramic camera. This features two 8 megapixel lenses. And what this does is give you that full 180-degree panoramic view, but it has two separate sensors. So in a hallway, for instance, when you have to have two cameras back to back, you can now leverage a camera similar to this to give you that 180-degree view, but also to leverage the ability to use two separate lenses. So a 4 megapixel Ultra HD resolution, as I mentioned, is NDAA compliant. Dual sensor for improved panoramic view. Full color at night is on this camera as well. So again, on the perimeter or external use, the ability to see in full color at night, the ability to connect an SD card for edge recording. You can record directly on the camera and still have the full suite of analytics available to you. IP67 weather rated, and it's also on Viv compliant. Also on the panoramic side, we have a multi-sensor with four adjustable lenses, four adjustable sensors to give you a full 360-degree view. All in one, they design IP, multi-channel, multi-use. With this particular multi-sensor in the industry, you have the ability to leverage different AIs on different lenses. Traditionally, with the multi-sensors, if you wanted to have facial recognition on a multi-sensor, it would be across all four lenses. With us, you can have AI running simultaneously across the lenses. So facial recognition can be on one lens, license plate on another, and then any other suite of the analytics that we have on the other two lenses. So in this case, you can leverage multiple AI on this unit, and then also leverage multiple lenses and multiple views. We can stitch the views together to give you a full 360 view, or you can have four individual views of the camera. IRs go up to 98 feet. We also have active white IR and white lights, but this also has the active deterrent lights, full color at night up to 82 feet, which gives you full visibility at night, so that you can see full color imagery in this camera. Many use cases for this: parking lots, warehouses, airports, theme parks. Again, we can see these at the corners of buildings where there's a blind spot in many cases. At the corner of the building, the multi-sensor allows you to see a full 360 of your building. And then obviously the ability to leverage that AI functionality. Now that we've gone through some of the camera models that we do have available, we're going to jump into the storage, the NVRs that we do have available. Storage devices with us are Linux-based servers. This ensures that they are virus-free. They're easy to set up and deploy. Supports built-in PoE ports on the back of the NVRs. We go all the way up to 256 channels on our NVRs. They are also fully license-free, as I mentioned. We are known in the industry for having the highest throughput bandwidth in the industry, with an average of 320 megabytes per second. High capacity recording, advanced metadata processing, and advanced database storage, fast and easy deployable solutions. Because we have that PoE at the back of the NVRs, it's an easy plug and play for installers. Basically connecting the camera to one end and plugging it straight into the NVRs for ease of use in installation scenarios. Understanding the throughput is a big one in the industry. Understanding the capacity or the max that your NVRs can support. This is something that we are very proud of, and understanding that we have some of the highest throughput in the industry. And what that means for you is that if you have let's use one of our NVRs here, for instance. If you have an 8-channel or 16-channel NVR and you want to run 16 cameras at full capacity 4K quality, with us, you have the ability to do that, because we ensure that based on a project design, that the throughput on our NVRs can actually support the number of cameras and the quality of the imagery that you want your cameras to have at the end of the day. And I know with some NVRs in the industry, you would have a 16-channel NVR, but you're unable to support 16 cameras at 4K quality all at once. So you have to sacrifice quality over quantity in your scenario. This is the 256 channel NVR, as I mentioned. It's a big one for us. 1,224 megabytes is a very high throughput. We have license free up to 256 channel on an NVR license free. This NVR supports 4K resolution, H2.65 compression. That means that you can save on your storage. Dual network ports for those of you that need like to separate the surveillance network from your production network, leveraging these two network ports. Alarm in and alarm out is available, and 4 HDMI display outputs are available on this unit, so you can create a video wall. And if needed, you can stack a number of different NVRs on top of this. There's 16 hot swappable HD hard drive base, up to 256 terabytes max, and it's available in RAID 0, 1, 5, and 10. This is also IPAC AI is enabled and it's ONVIF compliant. So once your camera or your solution is ONVIF compliant, we have the ability to interconnect on our hardware storage devices. Jumping into the software quickly. Again, with us, our software, all of our solutions are completely license free. This is by extension afforded to you and your customers. In many cases, as I mentioned earlier in our presentation, we don't sacrifice quality over price, but we do ensure that we have the best quality product and ensure that we can offer solutions like this license free to you to ensure that your projects don't go over budget and that you still have quality product within your premise. We support up to 128 cameras per screen on our VMS. It allows you to integrate both NVRs and DVRs, so it's a hybrid scenario. With us, the ability to connect, as I mentioned earlier, when you have the existing analog solutions and there's no way for you to remove your entire infrastructure, we ensure that there's still a future-proof way for you to upgrade to the future with the IP solution. So we have the ability to connect and integrate DVRs and NVRs into the same VMS license-free. Remote playback with our free software, free mobile software, and we also have the ability to do things like time and attendance, access control, upload site maps, and do designs and renders for your surveillance projects, all within the VMS software. Some of the core features for the software, and just to mention that we do have certification available on our VMS throughout the year. This is extended to our partners, but also to end users. So any of the customers that have our solution and you need to have a certification or just maybe a refresher training on our software, these are available through Full Protection. Feel free to reach out to your rep and we will be happy to coordinate that for you. As I mentioned, it connects both the NVRs and DVRs. It stores the faces and the LPRs database on our VMS. Traditionally, and if you guys know with the other surveillance brands, when you're doing things like facial recognition and license plate recognition, this requires a database. And in many cases, it's an external server that hosts that database for you. With us, that database sits on our NVR. And by extension, through our VMS software, we're able to manage the database directly from the NVR without the need for an external server. So again, these are cost-cutting measures that were implemented with us to ensure that your project remains budget sensitive. License free on the VMS, as I mentioned, and the ability to have remote push notifications through our Quick Connect app. Our Quick Connect app is free for download. It's available on iOS and also on Android. You can easily scan the QR codes that you see at the bottom of our screen. And if you want, you can just test our software. It's license free. You can connect once your camera is ONVIF compliant. You can connect some cameras to the app and just test it out. I'm sure you'll be quite surprised with the interface that we have. Is very intuitive. It allows you to scan the QR codes on our NVRs and DVRs and quickly connect those to the mobile app. Back in the day, as you know, with the surveillance installers, if we have any on the call, we had to do a lot of port forwarding, and we needed to have the IT guys available to help us to connect the remote apps to ensure that the customers have remote connectivity. Now with us, all you need to do is scan our QR codes with the mobile app that we have available, and all of your settings, all of your functionality from your NVR is uploaded into the app, and this ensures that you can remote view your system but also do some configurations within the app as well. So for the installers on the call, With our mobile surveillance app, sorry, with our Quick Connect app, we have the ability to configure the NVRs and DVRs remotely. During COVID, there was an inability to traverse around to customers' properties, so there was a limitation there. And what we did was found a way to still leverage the ability to service your customers. So through our Quick Connect app, you can remotely configure everything that you traditionally do at the NVR from your mobile device. So this eliminates the number of callouts that you have, especially when customers go into the system and they make changes and then they can't fix it. You can easily pull up your app once they give you access, which is key. Once they give you access, you can pull up your app and you can go in and you can remotely reverse those configurations and reconfigure the system for them. And what we're going to do now is quickly jump into our body cam solution. With our body cam solution, it's military standard 810G certified, U.S. Department of Defense and standard testing equipment durability and reliability in various harsh environments, including temperature extremes, humidity, shock, and vibration. Our 4G body cam supports two-way cameras, dual cameras. So it has front and back facing cameras. This allows you to do things like video conferencing with your team. It's Wi-Fi and 4G enabled, so you have the ability to connect a SIM card to the body cam, and this ensures that when it's out in the field, you still have the ability to do things like GPS tracking. You can connect to the body cam and have live view of what's happening. It's shock-proof design. It has a built-in panic button, a panic feature for backup support. Dual SIM capability is also available on this model. So in many cases, especially in the Caribbean for us, there's always a limitation in some areas with signal. So you can leverage the dual SIM capabilities where you can have two different ISPs connected to your body cam. If one fails, it immediately fails over to the next ISP. Vibration resistance is also IP68 weather rated. So we have the ability to see where this camera is at all times. It has built-in PTT. So again, this eliminates the need for added equipment on officers. Our body cam has been manufactured not just for law enforcement, but for logistics, for cash in transit, for any first responders, emergency personnel, or for any company or any person that requires to have live view or body cam functionality. The solutions and applications for body cams are endless. So don't limit yourself just thinking, okay, this is just for police. There are many use cases out there in the world today that are leveraging body cams to ensure that they can their operational efficiency remains to standard. Bluetooth 4.0 is available. It has 256 gigabytes onboard storage, but you still have the ability to connect an SD card to it for added storage. GPS tracking is available. This is leveraged through the Wi-Fi and through the 4G connectivity that we have. Two-in-one charging center. Multi-camera docking stations are available. So for those that have big projects that require multiple docks to recharge the system, these are also available with us. The battery life on the unit is about 11 hours, and this is based on usage. But we also have a charging time of 2 hours. So each body cam comes with two two batteries. One is in the body cam and one as a separate battery. So you have the ability to interchange those batteries, especially on the fly. If you run out of juice or on your battery, you can easily swap them. As I mentioned earlier, the different verticals that we're seeing for the body cam use, it's not traditional, as you know. Not just law enforcement are using them. They're available for many verticals. Cash in transit to validate bag drops, bag pickups, logistics and distribution, field operations. We've successfully deployed our body cam for the Barbados Police, and this is a use case for the Caribbean. We actually have the solution deployed in Barbados, and we were actually shortlisted for the Jamaica Police procurement of body cams. We came second, and we've seen in the Caribbean a high request, a high volume of requests for body cams. An interesting use case coming out of the Caribbean also was for the ambulance service, emergency personnel and the first responders. The ability to leverage this body cam to use in the event of emergency when the first responders are picking up a patient, documenting that process all the way from picking up the patient to delivering them to the hospital, but also leveraging it for the doctors that are available at the hospital, awaiting that patient's arrival, seeing what's happening with the patient while they're on the way to the hospital, ensures that they can help the first responder to administer the different medications available to that patient before they arrive to the hospital. So the limitations are endless. The applications are endless. Sorry, there are no limitations for who can have a body cam today, as long as you need to have live view, or you want to boost your operational efficiency, understand how your employees are working, you can leverage these types of solutions. Also on the body cam, on the specifications for the body cam, a major advantage in the surveillance industry is that this body cam is actually ONVIF compliant. And what that means is that you can add this to your surveillance solution. So if you have a VMS that's ONVIF compliant, you can actually upload this to the VMS, and you can leverage it in that way. A special design for video surveillance can easily integrate into most VMSs, as I mentioned, or you can use our body cam platform in parallel. The body cam is fall resistance up to 3 meters. We actually have a video on our YouTube. If you look for Bolide Technology on YouTube, we have a number of videos with the body cam where we actually drop it. It showed drop tests. We actually dropped it in some water, and use it in some rugged environments to show the durability of the unit. 120, 256 gigabytes onboard storage, as I mentioned, integrated GPS, live streaming over GPS, over 4G, PTT, built-in PTT, push to talk, and the functionality of the emergency panic button. So as long as the operator is in the field and they run into an emergency, they can push that emergency button that transmits directly to the central station or to your operators who are monitoring the units. And from there, you can deploy some backup assistance to assist them. Our BCMS software, this is a software that's specifically designed for the body cams. It's license free, as I mentioned. All of our solutions are license free. We have the ability to connect up to 20,000 body cams on our software license free. The ability to create groups, different user groups, different groups within the software, different user settings for added security, real-time GPS tracking and geofencing. And also certification is available on our BCMS client software for the partners and for customers. So even if you are an end user and you are one of our customers and you want to have your team trained on how to use the software, first responders or the central station, we have that training available for you as well. Also in the body cam, what comes in the box? Each body cam comes with 2 batteries, as I mentioned earlier. It also has a single docking station to recharge the batteries. It has a charging cable, and it has a body cam clip. Optional accessories that we have available is the 8-port body cam docking station, as I mentioned, for multi-docks. And then we also have different clips for the vest, bulletproof vests, and different mounting mechanisms. Quickly, we're going to jump into our mobile solution. And I just want to highlight here that in the Caribbean, we're actually seeing for our body cam and for the mobile surveillance, a high number of requests for these solutions. Just like the body cam, the mobile solution is not just available for law enforcement. These can be leveraged for a number of different verticals. The body mobile surveillance solution was actually designed to provide advanced control over risks that arise on the road. We've incorporated advanced ADAS and DSM systems to provide assistance to the driver during their journey directly inside the cabin, providing crucial alerts in case of collision and more. Some of the features for our mobile surveillance system: onboard Wi-Fi and G4G connectivity. This ensures that you can do things like GPS tracking, satellite positioning. Emergency panic button is also available on the vehicle on this unit. Real-time video on demand, leveraging that 4G connectivity. Onboard remote and remote viewing video recording, driver assistance with the collision or the inclusion of our ADAS cameras, advanced driving assistance. What this does is ensure that in the cabin, the driver can have some alerts coming at them, things like lane departure, driving over the speed limit, using their phone. We'll get into these alerts shortly, but I just wanted to give you a perspective of the capabilities that the solution can do. Geofencing and GPS tracking, as I mentioned, you can create things like routes for your units, for your fleet. It's also military standard 810G certified. So that certification is there and it's available as needed to show that the solution has been through many rigorous testing applications to ensure that we can maintain that standard. On the mobile solution, as I mentioned, is designed for various verticals. It doesn't matter what type of operation you have, as long as you need to understand your drivers, your driver behavior, boost your operational efficiency, especially if you have fleets of vehicles. It's readily available to you. Some examples of the verticals that we have designed a solution for: public transportation, so buses. We can install this in the buses and understand what's happening on the buses, because you have live video, but you also have two-way audio, so you can hear what's happening on the transportation. Oil and gas industry is another big one for us. We have a number of case studies in this area. Distribution, public safety, ambulances, cash in transit, and logistics, as I mentioned. On our mobile MVRs, this is a traditional surveillance solution that has been specifically designed for vehicles. So just like how we would protect our business on our physical infrastructure with surveillance, we can now do this with our vehicles as well. So with the inclusion of our advanced driving assistance system and our driver status monitoring, the objective of this solution is to ensure the safety of both the public and the employees, understand driver behavior, and optimize resources. Here are some of the key AI generated reports the system can proactively highlight within any vehicle. We also included facial recognition for added protection. If the driver of the vehicle or the assigned driver of the vehicle is held up, or Lord forbid, he's robbed, and the intruder tries to steal the vehicle, because we have facial recognition built into some of our cameras, the vehicle will not start unless it validates the driver is who's the assigned driver for that vehicle. So as I mentioned, understanding the driver behavior, driver fatigue, driver is on the phone, driver is smoking, driver is distracted, lane departure. These are all abnormalities that would alert the driver and also the central station, to bring some alerts to their attention. In many cases, when especially drivers that have long routes, or have been working for long hours, these types of alerts save them in the instance of falling asleep, or in the ability to alert them before incidents happen. All of these alerts, we also have a dash cam model, which is for different use cases or a smaller use case, similar alerts to the MVR unit that we saw. The dash cam supports the same analytics alerts, even though it's for a smaller use application. These alerts are generated inside of the vehicle from the dash cam to bring awareness to the driver, but also transmitted back to the central station for communication and for reporting. Onto the hardware of the MVR. Here you see the MVR units available in analog and IP as needed. We assist with evaluating the type of solution the vehicle requires and how many cameras should be outfitted for optimal visibility and reporting. The MVRs have support for hard drives and SD cards, depending on your storage requirements. All units support Wi-Fi, 4G, GPS, and we also have more economical versions in the dashcam, as I mentioned, small form factors, which also supports the GPS, Wi-Fi, and 4G functionality, but stores video on an SD card. So this is the dash cam here, and these are the mobile MVRs that are available. We also support all of the accessories that are required for both units, the SD cards for the dash cams or for the mobile recorders, but also the hard drives and connection cables. Some of the cameras that we have available, I'm going quickly because I know we're rushed for time at the moment. We have multiple camera options available for interior, exterior, vandal resistant cameras. We have people counting cameras for especially for the public transport scenarios, and options with built-in audio. In many cases with the audio, you can hear, especially when incidents occur, when you're doing investigations, the ability to not only see, but also hear the activity that transpired within that incident. Here's a typical layout of a vehicle that has the solution installed. Well, please note that we also have a blind spot detection camera solution. This is available for the longer vehicles, especially these longer trucks that have multiple blind spots. The typical layout for this design that we have here is for this type of vehicle, and it also includes that 360 blind spot detection. It has an audible alert that alerts the driver in the event that one of his blind spots has detected a pedestrian or a vehicle. Inside the cabin, he's alerted that this an object within his blind spot, and with the inclusion of an HD screen within the cabin, he can see what's happening in that blind spot area and adjust to suit. License-free software on this as well. It's a license-free solution, or license-free BMS solution was designed for Windows computers, but also allows multiple users and multiple roles and functions to control the fleets and know what's happening at all times. So from a central station perspective, this is a view that the central station would have, understanding the number of vehicles that are online at any given time, seeing the live video as the vehicle traverses, seeing the route that the vehicle has traversed with the inclusion or the incorporation of that GPS tracking, but also the real-time alerts as they happen. So when alerts happen within the cabin, the central station is also alerted what's happening. They can tap into the video to see what's happening from there, and with that two-way audio, they can talk to the driver and advise the driver accordingly. License free up to 50,000 vehicles we can connect on our software. This supports real-time visualization, vehicle connection status, live video on demand, video playback, GPS positioning for the vehicle, remote control of the software, speed information. So if you're over the speed limit, you can get some alerts there as well. Driver paths and routes. With the geofencing, we can pre-program the routes the vehicle is supposed to traverse. So if the vehicle goes into that geofence or outside of that geofence, this initiates some alerts within the cabin, but also to the central station as well. Some of the reports that we're able to generate from our software. This is a quick snapshot. The key reports that the system is able to generate, information for the customer, for the owner, for the end user. These are also available for the monitoring station. It produces reports such as like excess speed reports, event reports, engine off, engine on, panic button reports. It also does tracking reports, time stop reports, how long the vehicle has stopped in a particular area, driver fatigue, drivers over the speed limit, driver using a phone. All of this data you can present to your team to again to boost operational efficiency and close the gaps on any areas that need to be addressed within your fleet. And now quickly, we're just going to jump into our residential solution that we have available, which is called BTG. Our BTG solution was created for plug and play use. It's an economical line of our solution. And it's purposely built for smaller applications or for those applications that don't require a big robust camera or robust AI functionality. They maintain maximum security with the BTG surveillance. Our range of recorders and cameras offer reliable protection at affordable prices. These are also available at full protection. They come from anywhere from 2 megapixel all the way up to 8 megapixel. We do have kits available, so the retail kits where you can walk in and just pick those up and do a DIY installation. These are also available. They're made with durable materials. Our cameras are designed to withstand harsh conditions and ensure long-lasting performance. Whether for the home, commercial use, or business use, trust the durability of our equipment to keep your environment safe. This is also powered by our Quick Connect app, which is free to download on the Play Store and the iOS store. All of the cameras on our BTG line of cameras are OMVIF compliant. and available to integrate with your existing VMS or integrate your cameras with our solution. Also available, the BTG IoT alarm kit. So many of you know, with especially when you're doing things like smart homes, incorporating all of your intelligent solutions under one platform. And that's what the BTG IoT solution was created or designed for, to ensure that you can connect not just your cameras, but your home alarm system, things like your doorbells, and many other peripherals that we have that are available. The alarm kit was built for peace of mind. It's no subscription is available for this, no monthly fees. It connects up to 99 wireless defense zones, with up to 8 remote controllers that you can have throughout the property or the home, 6 programmable phone numbers, and 3 SMS numbers. It has a built-in rechargeable battery, low battery alerts on devices with those push notifications through the mobile app, as I mentioned, self-monitoring with push notifications, online or on-site wireless sirens that are available at high decibels, but also with flashing lights, and it's compatible with Alexa and Google Home. So you need smart assistants that you use to control your smart home or your home. The doorbell, as I mentioned, it has a 166-degree viewing angle. This is also interconnected with the BTG IoT mobile app. So you can connect your alarm, you can connect your cameras, and you can connect your doorbells for added connectivity of all of your solutions. For many of us, we work away from home. And when deliveries or when visitors come to our homes and we're not there, then we lose connectivity with them, or they call us on our mobile phones. Now with the video doorbells, once someone visits your home, it could be a delivery, it could be Amazon, it could be anyone that's just coming to your house. As soon as they click the video doorbell, it rings on your mobile phone through the use of our BTG IoT app. And this way you can interface with that visitor. You can talk back and forth with them. They can hear you. You can see them, and if need be, you can unlock the door for them as needed. It has dual channel audio with noise cancellation, so eliminating that background noise. The ringer activation, it has PIR motion detection, so it alerts you when there's motion in front of the doorbell, and it has remote activation as well. It also supports an SD card, so you can record video straight on the uh, doorbell, and you can review this footage as needed when you're not home. Onto the BTG IoT app, which allows you to connect the entire ecosystem, as I mentioned, from cameras to alarms to the video doorbells and more in a centralized location. Available on both iOS and Android, support for real-time arming. So you can arm and disarm the system using the app. You can see your security cameras, and if you have two-way audio, you can talk back and forth or interface with the cameras and personnel in those areas using the app. And you can also leverage for your video doorbell. Finally, I wanted to update you on the special updates that we had. I thank you for staying with us so far. All the necessary accessories we support and are available with us for to support your entire surveillance installation. We have from Cat5 to Cat6 cables available in 100 meter up to 300 meters available. We have the connectors, the NEMA enclosures, the power boxes, power supplies, and much more. Exclusive special pricing is available on our cables. We have specials on the 100-meter cables, but we also have exclusive specials available for those in attendance today. There are on select model cameras that we've went through today. Please feel free to reach out to your full protection rep, and they will advise you on the key specials that we have for you for attending the session today. Free project management, pre-project design, and BOM is available with us through the support of Full Protection. So any of your projects and your surveillance projects, is even if it's mobile or the body cams, if you need our assistance with the project design, project layout, or just to understand the building materials that's required, we have those available for you through our reps at Full Protection. And I want to thank you for taking the time out to join us today. I know it was a very informative session, and I hope that it brought some insight into Bolide, who we are, our product capabilities, and what we have available. And we are here to support you on your surveillance projects. Please give us the opportunity to work with you on any of your projects, even if you need an alternative or to understand what's available today in today's market.